Hello, good morning and welcome to Manic Fishing. I'm out today. I'm just going to do a little bit of rough ground fishing and going to try and get a few mackerel, maybe try and get that lure rod down and get a tope. But as I said, they're few and far between now. They start to move out this time of year, but yeah, there'll be the odd rogue one there hopefully. So we'll see. You know, just have a nice gentle day, he says now. Just going to go inshore and fish a rocky area and could pick up bullace, rays, all sorts, but hopefully not dogfish. Right, so I found some now. Well, maybe mackerel, maybe scad. So there's quite a few here. Well, showing a few here. One scad, blimey. Oh well, it's better than nothing. It's a start. That's what we want. Right, no, skip, please. Come on. Come on. Come on. Wait, stop it. Let's just push myself in a little bit. It's like a rock here, you know. I'm just going to try and get around my engine. When I used to fish at Hastings, there was a wreck out there, not very good for anything else, but it was always loaded with mackerel, and like a mile off the harbour arm you could sort of guarantee you'd get mackerel there, you know. As I say, here it's a little bit hit and miss, and I hate mackerel fishing. Well, one. Oh god. Well, I've got to be honest, I prepared myself a bit better today. As I said, you know, it is touch and go whether you'll get a tope, but I bought a few frozen mackerel, but there you go, look. So I'm just keeping it down a little bit. I'm hoping they're like lemons and we'll all join the gang. No, fair look to pout. I'll still use that for bait. Wow, it's a beautiful day. You wouldn't believe it. I know there's a storm going on around us, but literally this is lovely. It's the only window opportunity we got, you know. It's going to be rubbish in the next few days, so I've got to just try and get out. As I said, I'll see how the day goes. I may well do a two-part video and go and do a little bit of wrecking later, but I'm not sure. See how the day goes. Oh, there was something there then. I just saw something flash by. Oh, look. Blimey, that's the babiest mackerel I've ever seen. But mind you, that'd be a lovely bait. That's the baby of the baby. Look at that. That's amazing. Look. Leave it, Skip. That's the smallest one I think I've ever seen. Wait. Well, not having a great deal of success at catching bait, but got 3 little fresh ones in there. Just a babyest mackerel you've ever seen, a scad and a pouting. So I've got a little bit of bait. Every time I say I'm going to go, I start to get a few bleeps, but I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna. I'll put my little mackerel line over, I think, while I'm there, but it's a little bit wind against tide. But as I said, this rough ground fishing, it doesn't matter too much as long as the lines can go out straight. I know my friend's punched out because obviously he's a charter boat, and wind against tide is a problem when you're anchoring because all their lines go get tangled up, but for me it doesn't really matter. I can just move my rods around, but I'll stick to the plan and do what I said I was going to do, I think. Right, so I've just got myself out here. It's pretty sheltered. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the pick in. We seem to be sort of drifting the way I want to be. As I said, it's no real secret. I might just shift us up slightly, and then I'll chuck the pick in. Now what I'm doing is, I'll show you on this phone. So, oops. Right, I'll show you on this phone. So this is where I want to be. So in reality we should be doing this, but we're not. We're actually doing this. So I'm going to get myself tucked in about here, and then I'm somewhere close. It's no real rocket science, but we'll chuck the anchor in about here, I think. Right, so the anchor's down. I've got a nice new buoy that I got from the fishing club, so hopefully that'll stay there this time. I lost my last one, but I got my anchor, so I wasn't too much dramas. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to persevere with the uptiding. As I said, I'm not an expert at it by any means, but been watching a few YouTube videos, and I'm going to give it another go today. All right, let's just get myself organised. I'm going to build some baits up with the baiting spoon. So I'll get myself all prepared, and then I'll show you the baits and that I'm going to use. So on this uptide rod, I've got a rig here. I'm just keeping it really simple. Boom, little pennel rig, a few beads and whistles, whatever. But so I'm going to go a whole squid, and I'm just going to poke this hook right the way through the middle if I can, out the bottom, and then I'm going to go through his eyes like that. Okay, and then with the pennel bit at the top hook. Really, I only actually use this just to hold the bait on, but so go round it 3 times and just clip it through the tail. So that's the bait there. I think I will bung a little bit of elastic on it just to hold it if I've got some. Yeah, I've got a little bit here. So I'm hoping I don't get loads of dogfish, but I'll be honest, I don't care. It's just nice to be out, you know. There's not many there weren't many boats out today. I think they were all frightened of the swells a bit, but it's perfectly fine out here. A little bit, as I said, you know, have a plan and be prepared to change that plan. So I'm going to just try and do this. So we're not really drifting the way I wanted to be drifting. I've just set my anchor reverse back on it, but I think we'll be fine. Boys there. So right, I'm going to just try and keep this simple. Try not to snag off. Let's get this one out. I don't need to punch it far. I've got a 60-pound shock leader on this. So I'm just literally going to hook that over there like that. And I'm hoping that releases. So let's make sure my drag, don't need to go far. Come out, Skip, please. So yeah, let's bomb it up here. Come out, Skip. Right, so hopefully that's it. And then what I'm going to do, what I've been shown, is put the tip in the water, let the tide take the line instead of the wind, and literally give it loads of line. Right, so it's on the bottom now, but I'm going to let that have a nice big bow in the line. Right, and I'll just set that one there for now, and that should tighten up in a minute. Time that goes right the way round. Right, let's get my other one set up. Right then, on this lure rod, I managed to I got a knot that I put, so I have put a leader on, a 60-pound leader, so I've gone back to a sort of normal 5-6 foot trace. I've just got a diamond lead on that, and I'm going to put this baby mackerel on, so I shall just flapper this. I think it's so tiny, but I'll just give it a little bit, and I'm hoping for, you know, like I say, it'd be nice to get a tope, wouldn't it? Just cut that little backbone out. There's not a lot of him, so yeah, straight through the head. So that's it there, baby little tope bait. So let's get this one over. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try and flick this one out a little bit perhaps. So that's down, and I'm going to make sure it can pull. So that's it there. Make sure I lock this reel in. Don't want to lose this rod. So that's locked in, and that'll pull. As I said, it's a bonus really. I don't think I'll get, you know, I think the tope are gone, but it is what it is. Right, now I'm going to go down with this is a 6 to 12. This is a new rod actually, not that I need any more, but I like to get them, these Kanzakis, these black ones. They're like hen's teeth, and when they're available I buy them because you know, I love them. I'll be honest, I don't like the blue ones. I've got the blue one for my conger in, but I don't like the blue ones. I like the old, I think these were the second ones that they ever come out, the braid special ones. Honestly, I can't fault them. So let's have a look what trace I've got to put down on here. Oh, I did have a few made up. Really just trying to keep it as simple as possible. So what we got here? So this is another little pennel. So I'll do the same again. Little squid head on that. Trace is okay. That's it, it's nice and sharp. So that's a 6-0. So I think I'll go again. I think I'm going to wrap one up. Yeah, I'm going to do squid lug, maybe a bluey on there. Right, let's see if I can build this bait up. Right, so what I've done is I've got a squid in here, hole. So put my hook, so I'll have the head over, put my hook over this little catch here, hold that like that, so the line's in there. Then I'm going to build it up with a few frozen lug. Let's put 4 in there, if I can. Right, and then I'll stick a bluey, and I've just opened that out a little bit, give the scent. So let's try this, see if I can do it. Alright, that'll do. And then just push this off like that. Doesn't matter about those bits flapping. So then I'll put me pennel down, my top hook down. I'll wrap that 3 times and just through its tail. So there you go, there's the bait there. Just a few whistles and beads just to help it along. Right, let's get this one over. So let's just flick this one out a little bit. Just getting away from the boat a little bit so it's not clonking on the anchor. You know, you can hear that noise. That's that. Right, what do I do now? Do I put a bigger tote bait out? I think I will. I've got plenty of mackerel. So let's put a old manky old mackerel on that I got here. So literally I'm just going to flapper this. These ones have been soaking in oil, and I've had these ones quite a while, so they're probably not the best, but I'm sure the tope will love them. So I'm going to chuck that down. I think I've got another tope rig made up somewhere. What's this? So under the chin. Just trying to get my head around these circle hooks. I'll be honest, I'm not a great fan of them. I'm a fan of the way they work, but I'm not a fan of hooking bait on with them. But so used to J hooks, you know. Right. So it looks like I'm getting a bite on that back rod. Hopefully not a dogfish. Right, so don't need a great deal of weight today. So we'll just chuck one of these down, one of Craig's. Okay, and that's a tope bait. So that line's going there, so I can put that one down there. Let's bring them on, eh? Bring the tope on. I want to get one on that lure rod. So that is bouncing now, that lure rod. A little bit. But what it is, I don't know. Right, so we've got a few irons in the fire. I'll check that one in about another 10 minutes. I think I've got something on there. I've got a little inquiry on that one. We're rocking. Right, let's get a bit organised. So I'll give that another 5 minutes, that up tighter. Does seem to be like there may be a little inquiry on it, but I'll give it another 5 minutes and then I'll just keep changing the bait. I think that's the best way of doing that. You know, almost like you do when you're beach fishing, keep it out for about 15, 20 minutes and change it, you know. Now I'm going to check this up tide rod because there was a little bit of knocking on it, so I'm winding it first before I strike because there's a fair bit of line out there. I think there may be something on it. Don't feel very big though. Massive dogfish. Oh dear. Oh well, at least it's one. Oh, there you go, greedy dogfish. So this may be a dogfish fest, but as I said, I'm just glad to be out. I'll be honest, I think the old weather's going to bugger me up a little bit. I'm trying to get this content out for you each week, but it is what it is. I'm loving fishing anyway. So what I've done is I've gone with a bluey and a squid. Just set this rig back up. So that released okay, obviously. So I think I'll just hook that round there again. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and go this side with this. So let's go like that, and then put that tip in the water so that the little tide we have got is taking that line down till it hits bottom. That's it. I think I'm good there. The reason I put it here is no real secret. I just got a rod holder this side, so it's just a bit easier. Right, so getting a little knock on that one, but I don't think it's a tope. So I think I've got something on this rod. It's bending in two. Let's have a look. Yeah, I've got something on here. Nice. Alright, Skip, I'll move all that stuff out your way in a minute. I know you like to look. Always feels better on a sort of 6 to 12. Blimey. Well, that's certainly not the monster of the deep, but a little conger, which I didn't really want, I'll be honest. I think I may have got something on this up tide rod, but probably the lovely dogfish. So So I'm still trying. I'm wrapping these the uptide ones with a squid, free lug and a bluey, so just got to keep trying really, you know. I knew it wouldn't be a rip-roaring day, but so it seems to be a bit of a dogfish fest, but I'm hoping it will change. We've started to, well, looks like we're starting to flood a little bit now, so I'm hoping if the tide picks up, the fishing will start to pick up, but like you say, it's just fishing. So there's the bait there. So I'll just push that off that, like that. Nice bait, make sure that hook's nice and proud. I've got no whistles and bells on this one. Just literally 50-pound line, 280 Coxswain rule. Meat hooks is the hooks I just had around me, and that's the bait there. So I'll change this one, just clip this one off, no skip, unclip that and clip that one on. Seems to be releasing okay, just hooking it over that lead, just keeping it simple, you know, instead of having clips and whatever. So let's try. Right, so I'm just getting a bite on that uptide rod, and that's gone out with that cocktail on, so hopefully it'll be something different than a dogfish. Right, I think I'll check this uptide rod, because it was giving me a little bit of a bang. So yeah, I think there's something on it, but not what it is, I'm not sure. Probably, like you say, another dogfish, but yeah, I think that's what I'm going to get today. That's what's on the menu today. Look at that greedy bugger, look. Right, so there's only so many dogfish I can put up with, so I've hit a wreck, or I'm going to hit this wreck. I'm going to go down straight away with a slow jig. This is a 60 gram, and I've got my other rod set up there with a Manic lures on, so we'll just have a try. Right, I know exactly where we're drifting, so I'm going to spin it back round and let's get on the money. Right, so I haven't fished this wreck before, I don't think. I ain't fished it for a long time, so we'll see. We're in about 90 foot of water at the minute, and it's just coming up. So I take a couple of drifts across it to see if I can find where these fish are, if there is any on this wreck. As I said, I don't normally fish this one, but worth a shout. It wasn't that far away from where I was going. Right, so I've just switched over. I'll cover more ground with this. This is my Manic lure. This just gives me a bit more area to work. Come out, Skip. Yep. Yes, nice. That nailed it. Manic lure. Nice lively pollock. So there you go, on the Manic. Leave it. So I'm roughly on that same drift line, and obviously going down with a Manic because they're killer. Just something about the action of them, you know, that just smashes fish. So what I'm doing, I'm giving myself a wider drift line. because we are drifting about 2 knots. That's why it's too fast for a slow jig. You know, they are killer, but you've got to use them when it's right, you know, and it certainly isn't right now for them. So I reckon, let's have a look. I reckon that's on the money, but we'll see. Yep, nice. Mate, I've thumped it. That feels better. Manic lure. Manic fish. Right, I don't know if I need a net for this. No, it's not that big, but it's nice. There you go. Now I've just switched colours. I know I've just caught on that one, but it mullered it a bit, so I've just taken off a sort of a greeny coloured one. So we'll just see. This has got a white head, one of Craig's Seaweight's head on it. Right. Yep. Nice. Yeah, banged it. That's a little bass. So there you go, that's a nice size bass actually. There you go, nice size bass. Come out. So yeah, you know, Manic lures don't take no prisoners. That's a bass on it. You know, if they were finicky about anything, you know, I'm not saying you won't catch them on any of the other lures, but mate, they do smash it and they're pennies. I will be making some up soon, so I've got no way of selling them. I don't want to sell them, but I'm going to give them away. Just drop me a message in the comments of this video, and or direct message me on Facebook, and I'll try and send some out, but I don't want to get inundated. You've seen how long it takes to make them, but because I've worked this wreck, I'm coming across it now, so I'm the only boat here. I wouldn't do it if there's another boat here, but I've worked this area here, so I'm just cutting my time down really. I'm going to hit over that same part of that wreck and just see. So that's roughly where I was. Come on out, you. You get so excited, the old puppy. He thinks they're hurting me. He's protecting me. Trouble is, them spikes getting in it won't do him no good. And that bass went back lovely. Right, wreck's coming up and we're down. Yeah, it's not like we're marking, you know, hundreds of fish, because they're not. They're just the odd couple there seems to be. Look, the old Manic lure searches them. Search and destroy. I like to see, you know, a blitz of them down there, like wasps. But unfortunately, I say, after a blow, they're either here or they're not, and they're just not in numbers. Now, I think there's one more wreck I'm going to try, because I'll be honest with you, I've got 27 litres of fuel. I've got a 20 litre can in there, but I'm getting a little bit lower fuel. I didn't fuel up today because I thought I was just going to go and do a bit of rough ground fishing, but we'll get in. Right, I'm going to hit one more wreck, so stay tuned. Big fish coming up. As I say, I'm going to try and just probably mix it up, do a little bit of rough ground fishing, and then do the wrecking, break up the constant catching of dogfish. But you know, they are a byproduct, love them or hate them, you know. It's I know when my mate John, he fishes his little species leagues and things like that, they cherish them, you know. But you know, we all know what the situation is with them. Pain in the arse. Now what I'm doing, I'm just going to make my way in a little bit closer. I'm going to hit this wreck on the way in, so this is a nice big one, and then that's it for the day, I think. But just wait, one more fish, I promise. All right, wreck's coming up. Lead's going to hit the bottom any second. Okay. Once you hit that bottom, you want to wind quite fast, because that lure's up there, and obviously this one's on a 20-gram bullhead, so it's sinking quicker. You know, most lures, sidewinders and that, about 21 grams, I think. So you want to wind them, because otherwise you'll drop that lure straight in that wreck. That's why I wind quite fast, and you can see the results for me. I mean, I hit a couple. But as I said, it's all down to the reel ratio. This is a brand new reel, this one, and it's got a full spool of line, so I'm slightly slower than what I was, but not a lot. I just really do what works for me, you know. Different tide, sometimes you need to shorten your trace, lengthen your trace, but I do tend to wind about the same sort of speed. As I say, whatever works. You see how fast a mackerel swims. They're like little rocket ships, you know, so don't be worried about winding your lure fast. So literally I'm just 50 foot further over than what I was. I don't want to jinx it, but they're showing a couple of fish down there now. Oh no. Well, got it out, but I've still got the lure. And it's a no. Right, my boom's broken now. So look, I'm going to call it. Yeah, we've had a great day. Thanks for watching Manic Fishing. At the end of the video, you'll see another video prompt. Watch that one, that'd be good. And then you'll see my subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button, please. All of those of you who have subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. See you on the next one. Have a wonderful day.